G'day guys, welcome to day 3 of my COVID-19 lockdown series. We're still at 10 cases here in Tasmania, so that hasn't increased at all, which is really positive. I expect that those cases will start picking up in the next week or so, but I'm not going to be making any bets on it. Hopefully we'll keep the numbers low as possible. Yeah, we've started getting this bit of a routine happening in the house, which is really good, particularly for our night and morning. So my wife normally does the overnight feed and any settling that needs doing, and look, I'll be honest, that sort of has come around because I often sleep through or waking up, or she's already up and doing it by the time I wake up, so that sort of happened naturally. But I do make it up for her because I get up early. This morning I got up early and did a 4k walk with the dog, and then just after I got back my daughter woke up, and so I got up with her, and as you can see I've got this system happening for breakfast which is really working, of her sitting in the high chair and having her toast or whatever she has, and I sort of eat my cereal while I'm in the kitchen, and I unpack the dishwasher and put any leftover dishes that are there ready so that the kitchen's all clean and ready to go for the day. And yeah, we both have our breakfast before we get on to playing, so that's working really well for the mornings. So today guys, I did our shop, and fair dinkum, the shelves are empty here. Tasmania's finally catching up on the buying out things. It hasn't been that bad the last few times. Sort of sections were getting empty, but it was really empty all over the place. This is tinned veg here, which you can see a lot of that's missing. Still a bit there, and they've actually got a limit of 2 tins per person now, which I found out's 2 tins of any tinned veg, not just per type, which I thought. I had to hand a few back at the counter. And you'll notice on the end there where it's still all full, that's the tinned fish. And I was really surprised that no one's buying that up, but I guess it's just because it's more expensive. And then here's long life milk on the right there, absolutely none at all. And then cereal, you can see it's sort of half empty there. However, the meat section was still very much loaded. I mean, there was gaps, but there was a lot of meat there. I've seen a lot of photos of other places where it was all sold out. So yeah, it's surprising to see so much meat there. And the bread, which is what I was after, still basically chock-a-block full there. Little gap. I guess we don't think about the fact they can freeze bread. It can be a long-term thing. Or maybe it's just because the bakery's bringing in fresh every day, so it was still loaded. This was about lunchtime I went in, so yeah, people have been through in the morning. And then that's flour there. There's basically nothing. There's a few random flours that aren't actual flour, if you know what I mean. And then what I'm grabbing up here on the left is that dry fruit. Still basically completely loaded. It was down a little bit, but yeah, surprised more people aren't getting onto the dried fruit. And then oil, fair dent in the olive oil section. The big canisters, which is what I was after, ours is nearly empty. We just always buy that in bulk, works out cheaper. But yeah, quite a lot of oil missing, but still enough there, and all the expensive ones are still there. And then 2-minute noodles down here, absolutely none left. And soup, holes in soups, but still all the expensive soups were there. And here's dog food. That sort of blew me out. There was all the treats. Again, the expensive stuff was there, but the bags of dog food, there was hardly any. Luckily, there was a few bags of the one that we buy anyway. But yeah, generally, there was a few of the smaller bags, and then the few bags of the one we buy, which, once again, is on the more expensive side. So it's obvious theme. People are buying stupid amounts, so they've got to buy cheap to be able to afford it. And that's our shopping. My wife and I also did a body weight workout today, which was really good. It got me sweating and my arms got quite sore. Obviously, with all my running training I've been doing lately, my focus has been there. And yeah, my arms have been neglected a bit. So certainly felt it in the arms, worked up a good sweat, so that was good. And yeah, then after that, I sort of finished off with a bit of a baby weight workout instead. So I'll give you a look at that. Alright guys, so we start off with some squats. I find it easiest to hold her facing into me doing these, but you can also hold your baby facing out, whatever's easiest, whatever works for you. And then we do some lunges. I find it easiest to hold her on one side of my body and lunge out with the other leg. However, you can still do alternating legs and either hold her a bit more centrally or swap her side to side at the same time as swapping legs. Give you a bit of core rotation, I guess, in there, but I find it easiest just to do one leg then the other. Then we've got some glute bridges, so just sitting there on her tummy, bouncing her up and down. Bit of fun for her. And then just like a core rotation, so you're sort of sitting in a sit-up position and rotating your core side to side. I don't know the exact name for this. It's a little bit wiggly on that one. And then just the simple raise up in the air or throw up in the air if you game. Obviously they love that one, as you can see. And then the other fun one that they enjoy, obviously we've got a bare tummy for this one, doing the push-ups and the raspberry on the tummy. Mind you, she's a fair fighter, I didn't get to the tummy many times, to be honest. Got a good caught there.
Cool.
Not going to be the neatest, cleanest push-ups we've ever done, as you can see. We've got a wiggler kicker like I do. It's their favourite. And that's my little baby weight workout, guys. So yeah, I've got a baby. Try it out.